What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp.
Sparky.
Back again like you never left. And today we're going to be doing a review on the M1A Socom 16 from Springfield Armory. Isn't that right, Sparky?
That's right.
Are you excited?
I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, I've really been looking forward to this. I've been begging Hunter over and over and over again to let us kind of diversify from the AR-15 world.
But it's still an evil black rifle, is it not?
Well, technically this one is an evil black rifle, and we'll get into that. But he finally let me break down and buy one of these, and I guess that leads into our transparency that we have no affiliation whatsoever with Springfield. They didn't send this out. We have never talked to them like officially, and there's just nothing there. So Sparky, let's talk a little bit about the rifle and kind of how we have it set up. Then we'll go into shooting it, and then maybe who this rifle is for, and then maybe who I guess the other variants could be for, and how the other variants could be used. To give a little background on the M1A, it is the little brother to the M14, which has been a military rifle forever and a day. The M14 is the military designation. You know, the 308's been kind of, it's a staple for everybody really, from hunters to people that are looking for DMRs and, you know, longer range shooting. AR-10s. The 308 really stands out and has its place in the world. And, you know, the M1A has that, and then it also has the 6.5 Creedmoor, but we don't buy that round because, you know, gay. So we have the M1A 308 Socom right here. If you're unfamiliar with the Socom, this is basically a chopped M1A. So the original one is a 22-inch length barrel. This one has a 16.25 inch, give or take, just over the legal limit, right?
Inches matter.
Inches do matter.
More importantly, half inches matter.
Yeah, half inches matter. And it's a pretty sweet little package. A lot of people don't like 16-inch 308s because it doesn't use complete powder burn. But, you know, I think you
start really diving into the weeds.
Yeah, you really start diving into the weeds.
But there probably is a point to that at much longer distances than we got here.
Yeah, a lot further distances. And if you're wanting that, they do have 18 to 22 inch barrel length variations. We got this because I really like the idea of a more compact M1A.
Battle rifle.
Yeah, more battle rifle. I have a bunch of 308s, 18 inch AR-10s. I have several. I only have one 16-inch AR-10, and I really like it. I really like how compact it is. It's really great for like taking hunting and stuff like that. And that was kind of the mindset with this one, not necessarily maybe going hunting, but just having a smaller, larger caliber battle rifle style firearm. And I think it does a really good job of that. So kind of how we have this thing laid out here, you can see that it does come with a different chassis than the typical M1A. This is all synthetic. It's got an AK style grip. It's got a horrid stock on it. Probably
not the biggest fan.
No, not at all. We would try to switch it out for a CTR and it just wouldn't work. I think it's
dumb, one of the two.
Yeah, either that or it's proprietary butt stock.
Probably it could be.
Probably is. But anyway, moving forward on this thing, as you can see, forgot to mention, it's clear. So for people to bitch in the comment section. But moving forward, it does have an all synthetic stock, and then coming up here we have rocking a EOTech EXPS 3, and then also it has a pick section here in case you wanted to, I don't know, run something else maybe. I don't know. We like it for the EOTech, maybe a red dot or some sort. We didn't run an optic on it because we didn't want to put it up here, mount it, and then bridge it, and then run into cycling issues like the Grand Thumb video or other people.
It just gets in the way.
Yeah, it just
this
gets
looks a whole lot better.
Yeah, this looks bougie and cool, and obviously that's all that matters. Moving further up on the stock system here, we have a little Surefire light. This is the, oh gosh, it's the 300, I think. It's the mini Surefire. Yeah. It came from Springfield with these pick pieces, and I just thought it was very intuitive to go ahead and put a light there on the side. You could run pretty much anything.
Now, is this actual M-LOK or does this look like M-LOK?
That's actual M-LOK.
Yeah.
I don't know about this piece because I did have to adjust my EOTech. It probably is real pick piece, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. You can run basically anything up here, like a bipod or
broom handle.
Broom. That's what we should have done.
Get the chode one.
This is get the little chode one. This is a little too late for that though, you know.
But
there's a ton of options, and then also you have your QD points up here on the synthetic stock as well. And then QD points here on the back, which are, you know, obviously important. If you didn't, you could always run it off of the sling here on the back. For the sling, we chose an Edgar Sherman sling. Love these things. They're honestly some of the best slings that I have. This is the Old Faithful gray one that we run all the time. This thing's awesome. I love it. Honestly, just an absolutely fantastic sling. And, you know, it's comfortable. Doesn't cut into you.
No,
Up here, you have tritium front sight post. Really nice. And then you have your muzzle device. Muzzle device is proprietary for Springfield. One of the biggest, I think, flaws, at least that Springfield hasn't changed yet, is it's not a standard thread pitch. You have to buy adapters if you want to run this thing suppressed, and that sucks because the adapters are super, super expensive. So if you're just, you know, wanting to get this thing and then trick it out and then suppress it, you're probably going to be spending a lot of money. And that brings us to a very good point of money. How much does this thing MSRP for? This thing MSRP for about $2,200, give or take, you know, depending on where you find it, if it's on sale or whatnot. I know the M1A recently had a 50-year anniversary. I don't know if Springfield's running a sale on any of the M1As or not, or if they just released the 50-year anniversary M1A. It is a fairly pricey rifle, considering what you're getting. So let's talk a little bit about, you know, how it performed and how it shot. And Sparky, we'll shoot a little bit of it here. Where's your ear pro? It's on the leg.
I always got protection.
One of the harder parts that I found when switching to the M1A, because we don't have any military experience, we don't have a lot of like actual qualifying experience with the M1A. We haven't done a lot of shooting with it. Sparky sold several of them.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, one of the biggest things I found difficult to get used to and get more proficient with is loading the magazine.
A little different.
It's a little different. You kind of want to AK it. You can't AK it. You kind of got to put it up there and then rock it forward just a little bit, ever so slightly. Once you
figured out. Once you
get a hang of it, it works pretty good. To talk simply about the controls on this before we do start shooting it, you have your safety here on the inside. I think, honestly, at this point in time, it could probably be improved upon.
That's almost dummy proof.
Yeah, it is almost dummy proof, but
because if my finger goes into the trigger guard, I'm like, oh, the safety is on. Like it's, you know, it's different than it being up, you know, up here on the side. I'm like, I put my finger down there for the trigger, and I'm like, oh, safety's on. I can't go. Like, it's almost dummy proof.
Yeah, I feel like it's unnecessarily difficult to disengage, though.
It is stiff, but it's also brand spanking new.
That's true. We have only had this rifle for not very long. I would say, you know, maybe it's something you wear into. Mag release is right here on the side. You know, you charge it up here on the front.
Watch your fingers.
Watch your fingers. But other than that, it's pretty simple. Sparky, you want to go give her some shots?
Sure.
Talk about recoil impulse on a 16-inch rifle. All right, let me give her a few. So Sparky, I think it's the perfect time to talk about one of the biggest supporters of the channel, TrueShot. TrueShot actually sent out all the ammunition to review this M1A with. So we got to give a big thank you to them. They sent out a ton of stuff. They sent out Igman, Sterling, all kinds of different 308 ammo for us to shoot. And we're super grateful for them.
Oh yes.
If you want to check out TrueShot, you can head on over to basementoperator.com/links. There you can find TrueShot at the very top of the
list.
The list, exactly. Fun fact, you didn't even know this. We actually have a coupon code now for TrueShot.
Oh,
spend $300, get $10 off.
I need some blanket ammo.
Yeah, code DELP. So go check out TrueShot. Big thank you to them for sending out the ammo for the M1A. So let's talk a little bit about recoil impulse. This is a 308. You typically get a little bit more recoil with them. This is a 9-pound rifle, which
eats it up.
Which eats it up a lot. I think it's very manageable. And then with the brake up here, I think it keeps the muzzle down, and I don't think it's obnoxious by any means. I think if you're looking to pick one of these up for the fact of like going out, plinking with it at the range, maybe tacticooling it out.
Yeah.
I think it's very usable, very shootable. The biggest problem with 308 is price on ammo. That's typically the worst part about shooting it. But you know, if you go to TrueShot, you don't have to worry about that because they have really nice price.
That's
ammo.
right.
Exactly. But overall, I think it's a very shootable gun. If you want to shoot quick, look cool on the range, it's perfectly fine for that. So
Hold up a minute. Golly.
Oh, Sparky, it looks like you're going to have to be cleaning this afterwards.
Golly,
I think it's the perfect time to talk.
It smells pretty good, though.
It does. I think it's the perfect time to talk about Boar Products. Boar Products is the lube and gun cleaner that we use here on the channel.
Run like a champ now.
It does run like a champ. You can go check out Boar. They're awesome. The stuff smells like oranges. Citrus lube. But we clean everything with it. Our pistols, rifles, bolt guns, pretty much anything. It runs great. Bathroom, exactly. Everything.
There's wonder on floors.
We've actually been using it for quite some time now, so we're really grateful for Boar. They're actually coming out with a lot of awesome stuff, from t-shirts, gun mats, gun cleaning kits even.
That gun mat you guys is pretty slick.
Yeah, it is pretty slick. So go check out Boar. They're also at basementoperator.com/links, and then, you know, you can find them there. And I have a code with them as well, code Delp, so go check them out. So let's talk a little bit about accuracy. We grouped this thing. It was about a 4 MOA group, which, you know, for what it is, I don't think it's horrible. It's not a precision rifle by any means. You're not going to go out there and get sub MOA to MOA groups with this thing, especially running it like we ran it with an EOTech or iron sights, and, you know, walk away with, you know, super precise shots.
Yeah, this thing was designed to hit like a man-sized target.
Exactly.
Now, that doesn't mean you can't, you know, at distance accurately hit your target.
There's a lot of things people can do to these things to make it a little bit more, you know, precision.
Well, there's a whole lot of FUD lore. There's a whole lot of FUD lore in these sights.
Yeah, well, I'm sure everybody in the comment section is talking about how great they were when they were qualifying with their M14. Yeah. So we'll leave that to whatever. But there's a lot you can do to these things to really make them shoot a tighter group. You can swap chassis on them. You can swap barrels on them.
But at that point, why buy an M1A?
Well, for nostalgia. But
you're getting away from nostalgia. Unless you just love the action.
But some people might just like the action, you know? So, I mean,
pretty good.
This has been a very reliable rifle, and it is a very good shooting rifle. So, I mean, there's a lot to be said for that, but I wouldn't expect to buy a stock or, you know, from Springfield M1A that you can get an MOA or sub MOA out of. I don't think that's realistic, but I don't think it's impossible. I wouldn't say that every single one.
This is more of like a battle rifle.
Exactly.
It's not like a precision. You're not buying it with the intention of a precision instrument. You might be able to get those results if you do X, Y, and Z, but as it sits, it's not.
I wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
With all that being said, I think it's a very nice rifle. I think it definitely serves a purpose, and I definitely think that it's worth a buy. Now, what could you use this thing from or with? You know, I mean, this can really be used for anything. You buy this, it can really be a do-all. You can take it hunting. You can use it for home defense. You might shoot through 19 walls.
Yeah, you might go
through. But it'll work, will it not?
I mean, yeah.
All right, so that's what I was getting at. It'll work.
They'll do it real quick and do about 4 houses down, too.
Could you clear the whole neighborhood? But, I mean, it will do anything.
Yeah.
It will do about anything you need it to. If you wanted, you can add the bridge and put, like, some magnified optic on it and use it as a more, you know, I guess, longer range setup than what we have right here. I think it can really be a do-all rifle if you want it to be. And for the price point, I think, you know,
it's up there.
It's up there. So let's talk about some criticism, Sparky, because we definitely had some. There's some notable things I would like to say about the Springfield Socom 16-inch CQB. First and foremost is this god-awful stock and riser.
I will say, one thing I like about it, it is extremely sturdy. Like, there's no wobble. It doesn't shake when you're shooting it. It feels stable. But this cheek riser, this is great if you're running EOTech.
Yeah.
But if you want to run the iron sights, that
you gotta rip this thing off.
Come off, and it was kind of a pain.
Yeah.
But I mean, so are the Magpul ones to get off and on. So whatever, I guess.
But that's probably one of the bigger criticisms.
It'd be nice if you could put any other
stock on it.
Yeah.
And maybe you could. Maybe we're just retarded because
waiting on the results.
Because we could not get the CTR on there at all when trying to swap it out. But I mean, maybe we're just stupid.
You know what we should have done?
What?
Should have lubed it up.
We should have lubed it up.
And I'm spilling it.
Did you pop a hole in the bottom?
I've been shot.
Sparky, do you got any other criticisms about it other than the stock?
I can get the baby oil off my hands. Wait a minute. That's the wrong kind of party. I like it for the most part.
Would you own one?
Oh, 100%. I wouldn't. So,
I think looking back on it, I think I would have rather have the wood version.
Just out of strict like nostalgia?
Yeah, just out of strict nostalgia. I really like it.
Lock down style stuff. Well, that's M14, but still, regardless.
But I think looking back on it, I would say I would probably like a wood version.
Just to put it in, it'd look real good in the safe.
It would look real good in the safe.
Bring it out to the range and everybody's pawpaw's like, oh man, let me show you what I can do with that, you know.
For what we have it for, we have a lot of rifles that will do what this thing can do. And I think if you don't have any 308s in a semi-automatic platform, and you just want one that can do all, I think maybe the Socom 16 will work and will work fine. But I think for what, like after we have, you know, enough AR-10s and stuff like that, and you're wanting something to round out the collection or get something different or cool.
I would rather have this over an AR-10.
Really?
I would. I like it.
You'd rather have this over an AR-10?
Any day. Twice on Sunday. I would like to put the same optic on that and an AR-10 and put them side by side and see what happens.
Pull accuracy off of them. Maybe that's something we'll do. Maybe we'll compare an M1A. And I got that Era Precision 16-inch AR-10. The only thing is, well, I guess we can run the AR-10 unsuppressed. I would like to get the adapter. And I guess that's another big complaint of mine is it's next to impossible to suppress this thing because of, you know, you got to buy an adapter that swaps from the Springfield, whatever the muzzle twist rate is up there, and converts it to a typical 308 twist rate, which sucks. I don't know why they have to make it difficult, especially now in today's time where they're dumping firearms and people are coming out with stuff just so quickly and innovation and stuff moving so fast. But I think in general, this is a really nice firearm. It definitely has a purpose. It definitely can do most anything you want it to do, and it can do it reliably. And you know,
it looks clean,
and it's very cool.
Most important thing.
Most important things. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Also, if you want to check out any of the builds or stuff that we do, you can head on over to basementoperator.com. There you have merch, builds, Sparky's OnlyFans, literally everything. And if you like this new style of video, because we're trying to push away from the tabletop stuff, and let us know down below. Let us know what you think. We're trying to diversify the portfolio here.
That's right. That's right.
And make stuff that maybe you will find a little bit more entertaining. So we appreciate everybody, and we'll go back.
Bye.
I think we're going to wrap it there, Sparky. It's been a good little video. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to check us out on Instagram, and we'll see you guys on the next one. As always, take someone outdoors. Peace.
Bye.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp.
Sparky.
Back again, like, is this mic on?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody?
Flex. There we go.